Hello everyone, welcome back to Xanadu next. We're gonna buy some keys, and then we're gonna go dungeon diving. If you can really call that dungeon. And then this guy, Spence, is going to make a ton of money, an absolute killing on these keys. What gave him the idea to start this business up? Yeah, let's buy as many as we can. 3 keys. That will probably be enough for the whole dungeon. This one is the smallest. The others are absolutely huge. Okay, let's slice as many things as we can, because I really, really want the proficiency of our dagger to go up as much as it possibly can. Oh, coin! 1 gold acquired! Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Good, good. Don't worry. Oh yes, a bone. That is very, very good. More on bones later. But I'm very pleased that we found one this early. That doesn't usually happen. Oh, at least to me. Bones in general are hard to come by, no matter where you are in the game. Although skeletons, as you might imagine, seem to drop them slightly more. Yep. Yeah, this is the only door we haven't opened yet. Gotta slash these fires. And those pedestals, sconces maybe, are really flimsy if they can be broken in 3 pieces by a dagger. Already at 32.3%. Not bad. Okay, box puzzles. Wooden crates. Yes, a wooden crate may be pushed across the ground. Like so. Easy. Oh, what's in this one? A key, perhaps? No, it's, looks like a dress. It's a robe. Will it make us look silly? Improves our defense, no complaining about that. Cloth garment designed for comfort and unrestricted movement. Although intended as defensive wear, many purchase robes like this for travel. Yeah, not bad looking. Not bad. Okay, another thing that you can do with crates is you can smack them once. Smacking them once will make them half their size, so you can walk up them like a staircase. That will come in handy, very handy for a few puzzles later. A load of puzzles later. Smacking them again will break them completely. Thankfully, re-entering rooms will reset most... what's so special about monster bones anyway? Plus you can get some money for them in the curio shop. Will reset most crates. Yeah, nothing else around here. Let's go forth. Oh. Oh, yes, we already leveled up. Brilliant. Each time your character is leveled up, you receive a set amount of bonus points. And it's all blurry, and that part went too fast, I guess. But, waha! We have 6 bonus points, as you see there. And our title is now Aspirant. We do aspire indeed. We are going to be the best last knight ever. By the way, I really like how fast you can use your skills. See? Oh, I love that. Most games have a cooldown. No siree, not this one. Oh, that's a magic potion. Well, that will come in handy. I don't usually find this much down this dungeon. It's really good. Really good. Oh, silence. You know what time it is. Let's see. Oh yeah, 44.4%. Those monsters have it coming. Oh. Oh yes. Come on. We're using advanced battle tactics on this. Also, did you see that? We actually blocked that bat's attack. As far as I can tell, the block rate seems to be random. Although I generally find that it seems to happen when I'm holding the attack button down. That might just be a coincidence. Not really anything to see down this staircase. Oh, so many sconces! Still 53.3%. Well. It's in the red chest. Oh, a tablature! Quite some tablatures. Shah will love to translate those tablatures. She will really love it. Let's see. And then the gold chest. We probably want to be Link right now. Well, we acquired the Crown of Zagreus. Nice little trinket. Let's see. Golden crown found in the back alley ruins. The ornamentation adorning its entire circumference suggests it may be a relic from ancient times. So the tablatures Ares, mysterious stone tablets discovered in the back alley ruins. The lettering carved upon them is unlike anything you've seen before. Yeah, we'll leave that to Shah. Oh, 'tis a knight! I saw your silhouette and wondered who else may lurk in such a place as this. 'Tis truly a pity to see a brave and honourable man of the sword resort to the actions of a petty thief. No matter, I come for the crown. Give it to me now, lest it fall into the hands of those who would misuse it. You may think to sell it, or even wear it, but I assure you, such disregard would yield the gravest of consequences. I shall speak nothing of this meeting, and no harm will come to you, if you simply hand me the crown now. Such pride shall get you killed, good Sir Knight. I am certain you have reason for this reticence, but if you will not relinquish the crown, then I will not stay my sword. Oh man, 'tis a pity, but you brought this fate upon yourself. On guard! I don't like you! Oh man, 1 damage. 1 damage. Come on. Aha! Advanced tactics. Oh, man, that's nasty. Oh, looks like he can even parry our blows. Oh. So, that blade is not just decoration for your belt. You show promise, Sir Knight, but you lack finesse. You seem hesitant, unsure, or perhaps lost. You cannot hope to stand against the great Dvorak with such impulsive swordsmanship. He has a mustache, by the way. Prepare yourself. At the least I shall end your life with honour to preserve your dignity as a knight. "'Twas a fair fight, sir. I now claim what is rightfully mine. I regret my actions, but you left me little choice. Your life shall most assuredly end here, I'm afraid. We are too far in, and your wounds too severe for any prospect of rescue. I bid you final farewell now, for I must make haste. May your next life hold better fortune." Well, you give up too easily. No, this can't be happening. It's just not fair. It's so cruel. Why? Why did this have to happen? Cain. Oh, please. Lady Wells, I must have absolute silence lest the healing ritual be nullified. My apologies. It's difficult to maintain composure under the circumstances. Please continue. Let's see. By the look of these wounds, his opponent had considerable skill, well a match for his own. Fortune smiled upon him, if only in small measure for his swift arrival at the sanctum. A mere moment longer and he would likely have reached the point of no return. I cannot fathom what manner of brute would strike down Cain so coldly. Could this be the work of that rogue swordsman the townsfolk spoke of? Perhaps, but all is conjecture at this stage. We should let the victim identify the culprit himself. Oh, Cain! You thank the fates you've come back to us. I grew worried as the hours passed with no sign of your return, and sent the villagers in search of you. Your battered body was found in the back alley ruins with no more than a breath of life left in it. I thought I'd lost you. I'm so glad you're alive. Brave Sir Knight. 'Tis Liaise, priestess of the sanctum. I must advise you of your predicament, though you may continue resting as I do so. Wait, stop, don't sit up! This is no time to be concerned with manners, you dolt. You're injured, and quite severely. You need to lie down so your wounds can heal. Lady Wells is correct. Your injuries are extremely severe, more so than you may realize. Sir Knight, I need you to listen to me very carefully. I have performed all the rituals I know and subverted any immediate danger to your life. But unfortunately, your wounds cannot be taken so lightly. The situation is still quite dire. It truly pains me to tell you this. You have lost much of your mobility, Sir Knight. Regrettably, you will never swing a sword again. And if you should push to overcome this frailty, there is a high probability that you will die. I never meant for this to happen. I'm so sorry, Cain. I just wanted to raise your spirits. I thought this journey would help you move on. I never meant for this to happen. I never thought something like this. There may be another way. Another way? The two of you have come to Harlech to unearth the mysteries of Castle Strangerock, have you not? I assume, then, that you've heard tell of the legendary sword Dragon Slayer. It is said that this sword radiates a brilliant light, bright as 1,000 torches, and that he who bears it is granted unconditional victory and unmitigated glory for all time. With the sword's protection, its former owner is even rumoured to have effortlessly struck down an evil dragon lord. You can't mean... Indeed I do. If Sir Knight should successfully acquire this Dragon Slayer, I believe his body could be fully healed. Wow, I don't even know what to say to that. I suppose I'll just have to do everything in my power to find this Castle Strangerock. I'm afraid it is not quite so simple. Sir Knight must acquire the sacred sword by his lonesome if this is to work. For you see, the Dragon Slayer chooses its bearer, and it is the bearer alone who reaps its benefits. If that is you, Lady Wells, then nothing will come of it. What? But how can a sword be so fickle? And how is a man who can barely move supposed to acquire it? Sir Knight, you may overcome your limitations with the divine blessings of a guardian. I shall introduce within you a guardian's power so that you may fight as before. Guardian? As in one of this land's deities? Is that even possible for an outsider? Ordinarily, no. Guardians are typically infused only at birth. Full-grown bodies tend to reject the process. But this is not an ordinary circumstance. Sir Knight has seen the gates of the abyss and lived to tell the tale. He stands at the crossroads between life and death, his existence and non-existence. It is truly a miracle that he lives, and in every way it is exactly as if he were born anew. So what you're saying is... exactly. In his present state I believe Sir Knight capable of accepting a guardian within him, and I am willing and able to perform the infusion. Cain, this is great news! If you do this, you can seek the sword. And it's better than the alternative, is it not? Cain? It seems Sir Knight's resolve has weakened. I believe his will to live may be a bit shaken. His spirit still shines, however, like a newborn's, fresh from his return to this mortal coil. Brave, tormented Sir Knight, forgive my impertinence, but I must ask you, listen to me very carefully. You take pride to live in this era, do you not? Despite what I see and know, I cannot accept that a man such as you would lament his fate. A stern and stoic man. A man who bears a destiny much larger and greater than my own. Truly, you are a brave soul. For you have been gifted the life of a knight in a time of great challenge for knighthood. It is the true measure of your resolve, and through this ordeal your soul may blossom. You are proud of who you are, yet conflicted. You know not what your purpose may be. Why a knight in this day and age? What reason is there for clinging to this life? You must search within yourself for the answer, and if you cannot find it, all is lost. It is imperative that you reclaim your honor as a knight, even if only to validate your existence. You owe yourself this opportunity, and truly the epic nature of this quest befits your struggle. I trust you have reached a verdict, then? Time is of the essence. We must get started immediately. As priestess of this sanctum, I shall now commence the ceremonies of baptism and communion. Lady Wells, your assistance would be greatly appreciated. Oh, of course, whatever I can do to help. Come on, isn't Shah alone enough reason to keep on living? Don't disappoint her. And our first guardian! You have accepted a guardian. Sylphid is now a part of you. The guardian Sylphid enhances your physical stamina. While bound to you, maximum HP is increased, and we will need that early in the game. Twas a more difficult procedure than expected, but the induction is complete. Cain, I'm so relieved. I'm so glad you're back to normal. I don't know what I would have done. There is one very important detail, however, that I must begrudgingly share with you, Sir Knight. Guardians infused at birth have an indelible bond with their hosts. They cannot be readily separated. But your case is unique. Because you bear the mark of one who has seen death, the Guardian's bond is more tentative. What are you saying? What does that mean for him? In this particular instance, it means the Guardian's bond with Sir Knight may be very easily broken. Even even when guardians are infused at birth, it is in their nature to separate from their hosts when they perceive death. But within Sir Knight's body, death is omnipresent, and in such environs, who can say how a guardian will react? Poor Kane. Thought our worries are over, but things have just gotten more complicated. I can only imagine how he must feel. The situation is complicated indeed. Finding the sacred sword is a matter of utmost urgency. But despite all the complexities and anxiety, there is a benefit to this situation as well, for what it's worth. Sylphid's tentative hold may actually be used to your advantage, Sir Knight. It should grant you the option of re-infusion. Re-infusion? As in accepting another guardian? Like an exchange? I never imagined such a thing to be possible. Could he really survive that? I am confident that he could. It is an atypical procedure, but a safe one under these conditions. And if done properly, it should allow him to benefit from the blessings of many different guardians, as the situation demands. That seems extraordinarily convenient. A pity it's just a byproduct of such an unfortunate circumstance. There are still countless guardians to be found sleeping throughout this land, lost to the march of time. If you should encounter one whose blessings may be of benefit, bring to me the card within which its spirit is sealed, and I shall gladly perform the ritual to bind you anew. Now then, the day is wearing to a close, and you, Sir Knight, have been through a great ordeal. I will see to it that you are safely escorted back to your room at the inn. Tonight you must rest well, for you are still weak. Take care, and please know that I am at your service. So ends our first day. As Kane took his leave of the spirit sanctum, his mind and body still adjusting to the new conditions unwillingly placed upon his life, he no doubt recalled the days of his youth and the sudden loss of both his parents to war. Orphaned in an instant, he swore that he would help forge a new era, a better era, free of the ravages that war brings. And so he pledged himself to knighthood. It was then that he met his one and only friend, whose will and ambition perfectly mirrored his own. That man was Marquis Furnival, the great young leader of the North Sea Chevaliers. As far as Kane was concerned, the Marquis was not only a benevolent, valiant, and respectable leader, but also a true companion and confidant. This was not unprecedented in any way, for Marquis Furnival's influence and charm are a thing of legend. Outspoken and fearless, the Marquis would preach of purity and justice, and eager young knights would flock to his side to ride with him in pursuit of these ideals. But even such a noble ideology could not stand against the inevitable ebb and flow of political change. Prime Minister Zordius declared war on the knights, ordering all crusading factions to disband immediately, and of course the North Sea Chevaliers were no exception. Kane was ready and willing to bear arms at his friend's side until the bitter end, but Marquis refused to defy the ministerial edict. If the Chevaliers are to continue fighting, it will be under your charge. They are mine no longer. That is what the Marquis said. He had chosen his orders over his ideals, and with those words, the two never spoke again, their friendship gone as quickly as it had formed. To Kane, the Marquis was a symbol of a life worth living, and a future worth fighting for. He was the very embodiment of the ideals held by the North Sea Chevaliers. For such a man to leave his life's work undone at the first sign of true opposition, and to shunt his duties upon another so callously, it seemed clear that Marquis Furnival did not deserve to be called a leader, nor a friend. As he tells it, Kane had not come to this realization himself until quite some time after he had left the field of battle. His ideals had been shattered, and he was metaphorically adrift. It was only when he found himself literally adrift aboard a small boat on a certain misty lake that he began to understand the merit of his values, and commenced his search for a new lot in life. So, while you've been resting, I've been doing a bit of research, and I think I found something. Shah produces from her bag the tablatures you found in the ruins. Is it just me, or is "from" slightly brighter than the rest of the text? Forgive me, I got something in my eye last night. Everything's blurry, it's almost like seeing double. You had these on you when you were found. I hope you don't mind that I looked them over. They're quite old. The lettering carved into them is no longer used, and hasn't been for a very, very long time. It's considered sacred text of sorts, and was only ever written by the literati of Xanadu Kingdom. You've heard of Xanadu, no? Troubadours often sing of it. Songstress Sandra downstairs seems enamoured with it, in fact. It's said to have been such a prosperous kingdom. Some even called it a paradise on earth. It stood for over 1,000 years. And it would seem all the ruins around here are in some way related to this Xanadu kingdom. I'm willing to bet that Castle Strange Rock has some connection as well. If you find any other slates or tablets like these, be sure to bring them to me for translation, okay? These are exactly the kinds of things we're looking for. They're the keys to unlocking the mysteries of Harlech Island. And with enough time, I can easily decipher each and every one of them you show me. Speaking of which, I actually translated these particular tablatures while you were resting. If you're interested in reading my notes, just let me know. Kane, I'll do whatever I can to help you. So please, find the sacred sword, find the Dragon Slayer, okay? Ah, of course we will. Well, it's almost time to go, but before we do, let's wrap it up by reading the tablature translations to the inheritors of history. I tell of my homeland, founded by the great Kublai Khan, and purported by an Eden by all who behold its vistas, the land of Xanadu. Here the songs of the birds ring out, the flowers are always in bloom, and the light of the sun doth shine warmly upon all the land. Truly, Xanadu is a place of beauty and peace. However, it is not my intent to extol the glory of this countryside herein. Rather, the duty that falls upon me is that of minutiae and fact, to make accurate record of history that has befallen us. Even in such a place as this Xanadu, there must always be a shadow cast for every light. To those who shall inherit and succeed in our history, I beg you read this account carefully and with an open mind. I must regrettably chronicle that twice did our paths cross, with a hideous calamity of unimaginable horror, the devil Galsis, he who rules the world of nothingness, he who brings forth apparitions to defile us. At his hands the ideals of our just and righteous community fell to ashes, and our Eden became a land governed by lust and vice. As we stand now, however, we have overcome these tribulations, and re-established a prosperity befitting Xanadu. We owe our gratitude for this good fortune to the wise heroes and wise men of the past, who drove our devil from the land. The first invasion of Galsis was held back by a valorous youth who bore the sacred sword, sent to our aid by his liege, King Gillidan. and guided by the one star's light. The second invasion of Galsus was held back by a beautiful and valiant princess, who carried with her the self-same sword. Both of these figures have since been regarded with the highest honour in the annals of history. Light coexists with shadow, and so too must the tales of Xanadu's calamitous past coexist with those of its heroes. If we are to remember the trials we have faced, it is important to remember also the means through which they were overcome. The phrasing suggests that it was written by a historian from ancient Xanadu. It really is a remarkable find. If its contents are accurate, that means Xanadu was visited by some sort of devil, not once but twice. And this sacred sword, I can only imagine it to be the Dragon Slayer itself. I'm not familiar with this legendary hero or princess he writes of, however. I wonder who they were. Kane, don't you find this all very exciting? Doesn't it just give you the shivers? Whenever I hear these grand tales of old, I always think about all the people who lived in those times, the people who got caught up in it all. And I always imagine, what if we were them? Sorry, I got a bit distant there for a moment. Before you go, I have something to give you. Believe it or not, I actually made you lunch. I figure it's the least I can do after everything I put you through. A packed lunch from Shah. Yeah. Surprised? I've started taking cooking lessons from Alcott downstairs. I'm not very good just yet, but I intend to give this everything I've got. So from now on, you'll probably be receiving a lot of prepared lunches from me, and if all goes well, they'll get better and better with each one. I do hope you'll be looking forward to my progress. And we get 10 experience, just because. That's brilliant. Oh yeah. Homemade sandwich. Lunch that Char made. Ham and egg sandwich. It's a little squashed. That's fine. That can make the flavour tightly packed. I can't quite describe it. Tired. And this has gone on for long enough. Wow. Well, that was the beginning of the game. In the rest of the game, there is not quite so many cutscenes and dialogue. It's a bit more to the point. That was just the intro. Okay, next time we'll sign stats and, well, talk more about homemade cooking. Bye for now, everyone.